get started with Clinton County, Pennsylvania, Keystone Little League Manager Bill Garbrick. Questions?
Coach, what do you think you and your players are going to ultimately take away from this experience?
Well, some of it's kind of hard to put into words. I mean, it was an amazing season. I couldn't think of a better way to spend my summer. Kids were absolutely class act, as I think everybody knows. And the kids, I think that they've learned a lot, they've grown a lot, especially down here. Dealing with all the press and all the autographs, and they grew up a lot in a few days.
Coach, how did it feel to you when your kids took that last lap and everybody's standing, 31,000 people are standing up cheering for them? Just talk about that feeling.
Don't know how to describe it. It's it's hard to put into words, but the support that we've seen, from the time we started All Stars, it just kept getting bigger and bigger. But we've always had a lot of support from the local community, and it's just grown to what you've seen out here the past few games. It's been amazing.
Bill, what do you think were the key points of the game that might have changed things? The pitcher or your lack of hitting?
Well, we're a good hitting baseball team, and it takes a really, really good pitcher to hold us down, and that's what we saw tonight. He was really on top of his game, throwing hard with a nice curveball, and I just give him a lot of credit. He threw a really nice game.
Once you can look back on this a little bit, I mean, two pretty darn good pitchers took you guys out of this tournament, essentially. I mean, yeah. I don't think any team can say that they faced two of the starters that you guys did this week. Would you agree with that? I mean,
there were other kids here that we didn't see that were really good pitchers too, and it's all about the tournament. You're going to see whoever you're going to see, whoever the other team has for that game, and I don't think we have any regrets or anything to blame anything on. We just played some great baseball teams, and fell a little short.
Coach, you knew that Danner was going to be good. Did you know that he was going to be that good or that on top of his game tonight? Did you expect that from him to step on now?
Well, we knew he had the potential to do that. We looked back at some of the things he did in the regional tournament and saw some of the speed that he was throwing, and we knew what he could do. Earlier this week, he was throwing not quite that hard, but and I don't know what he was throwing tonight, but I didn't want to stand in there and hit it. So go fast.
Coach, how euphoric is this whole experience within this week with the crowd and everything being this close to home for the boys? What's it been like?
Well, I said it before. It's hard to explain. It's the crowd's been absolutely amazing, and usually you're sitting in the stands when you hear that kind of roar. These kids got to experience it on the field, and it's just been a tremendous experience for them. A lot of them will probably never live through something like this again, and it was great for them.
Do you think the boys understand what it's like back home? You haven't been there almost 3 weeks. Do you think they fully understand yet when they walk in? It's kind of a different walk in now.
I don't understand what it's like back there, so I doubt they do. But we've heard lots of stories. We've seen a few pictures. I'm sure they'll be happy to see what's going on, but I don't think they have any idea.
Are you guys in a hurry to go home, or are you going to try and stick around for the weekend? Or?
I don't know. The Little League folks were asking us that. I'm sure we'll stay around a while tomorrow. I know people are anxious to see home and see people they haven't seen in 3 weeks, and I'm sure we'll be around for a lot of the baseball yet, but we may sneak home for a little bit.
The boys looked like they were just having fun before the game. Before the first game on Friday, they looked more nervous. Do you think as the crowds grew and the days went on, they got more comfortable out there playing in front of 30,000 plus?
I think the first night it might have been a little bit intimidating, when you first walked on the field. But yeah, I think they got used to it, got a little more comfortable with it, and saw that everybody else was having a little fun and just joined in. So.
So was it your plan to remove your son from the mound when you did, or was it something you didn't see in him today?
Now, actually, after the first inning, he came off and was having some soreness in his arm, and we saw that he made a couple of mistakes, and unfortunately, he made it to the same kid twice, and he just needed to come off the mound. We had intended to use him as long as we could, but we didn't have it today.
What did you say to him afterwards, Bill? Are you just going to wait a little bit and talk to him a little bit later?
Yeah, I haven't said much to the kids yet. It was a little too busy and kind of shuffling us out of the dugout, but there were some tears in there, but I'm sure they'll go away soon. They'll realize what this experience meant, and they'll get over the loss in a hurry. They always do.
Coach, what do you hope they take away from this long term? Because these guys might be around for 30, 40, 50 years telling stories about 2011. What do you hope they take away from this?
Well, I know they're going to take away some of the good things. Like I talked about, some of the things I've seen them really experience and learn. We talked in the very beginning about how important it was to treat your fans well, and we got a lot of compliments throughout the week that we just took the time. The kids would. When we finished practice over here one morning, there were a couple kids standing over along the fence, and we just mentioned it to them to go over and say hi, and they went over and were slapping the kids 5, and ended up standing there talking for a while, and the crowds formed, and we've just gotten a lot of compliments that a lot of teams don't do that kind of stuff. But, I think once the kids saw how important that was, they were all about it from there on. So.
Coach, do you have any impressions of the 4 teams left? Who's impressed you the most, or who you have a favorite for the weekend, both international and American?
Well, my favorite lost tonight, so I don't. I don't know. They're all really good baseball teams. Japan and Mexico, that'll be an absolute battle. The first game was. California's a tough team, and the game last night surprised me a little bit. But I certainly wouldn't count Montana out either. They're playing good baseball, so I know that was kind of non-committal, but I think they're all really good baseball teams, and I wouldn't want to bet my money on any of them at this point.
What's next for your team? Do you plan on keeping these guys together next summer? Do they want to play together?
Oh yeah, they'll definitely be together. They'll be together for a long time. A lot of them have played together for a long time, and this group will play together for a long time. We've already talked about playing some tournaments, and we'll be back in the league, and unfortunately they won't all play together in the league, but yeah, you'll see them around.
What's next for you? Besides going back and making paper?
I don't know. Got soccer season coming up. I'm sure I'll have 2 kids who will be playing soccer, and there'll be a lot going on.
This might be a simplistic question, but if Hagen Danner's not on their team tonight, how different is the game just because of the way he dictated things offensively and pitching wise?
That's pretty hard to answer. I don't know. He's not the only good pitcher they had on the team. I know that. And, they're just a solid baseball team. I can't say without him we would have won. They're a good baseball team, and so are we. And, even the guy they brought in relief, he was throwing really well. And we didn't do much against them either. So.
Was it somebody's birthday night on your team?
Yeah, Trebor Nicodemus. Yeah.
How's he do? How did he come in and play on his birthday? Was there any? You guys do anything for him while you were your first birthday?
No, I let him beat me in ping pong twice today, and I gave him his first birthday kiss. I told his mother that. His first birthday kiss today, and we did have cake for him this morning, or actually at lunchtime, and we didn't really do anything special. We kind of had fun with it throughout the day, though. He's a fun kid.